Guys, we have a new trailer here. Destiny 2 Renegades Cinematic trailer. Very Star Wars, very Star Wars.
Show me. Let me see.
Obviously, Drifter right here. Okay.
How you see.
Let me see how you see. Is that what he said? Dude, man.
I see hope. Shrouded in the dark. I see the seeds of extinction. Adamant. Undeniable. I see my shadow. A pretender. And me. Your weapon. Your dredging.
All right. That's Dredgen Bell, of course. The bad guy for this next expansion. This right here, like just listening to the music and the sounds and everything, this feels like the most Star Wars about this next expansion more than anything, right? The Cabal clone troopers, if you will, and then of course the lightsaber noises and everything. But you know, I'm actually really curious if this ends up being like a true success, like if this works in Bungie's favor and it turns out themed collaborations, and like I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but if it turns out this has been, you know, a very good expansion, the numbers are good, what other themes would we ever want? Like Fortnite? I definitely wouldn't want it to become a regular thing, but I'm just throwing it out here because this may bang. It may bang. No, just keep doing Star Wars. I think we're going too sci-fi with it, guys. I know Star Wars is sci-fi and Destiny sci-fi. Why not a Witcher collab? And I know we've got the armor sets. In some way, you can even say like there's inspiration from Warlord's Ruin from Witcher. Totally different worlds. When you say totally different worlds, what does Dreaming City feel like to you? What does Warlord's Ruin feel like to you? I would fuck with like a Dark Soul collab, a Souls-like crossover. I feel like Destiny is at its best. Yes, we have the sci-fi elements, but the fantasy elements, man, more fantasy thrown in there. There's a reason why people love places like the Dreaming City. How about just be original? Again, this is not what I want to become the norm. I don't want it to become like Fortnite, where it's like every expansion we get is a new collab that's themed here. And Star Wars is a really big deal. It really is, man. They got a lot of money, a lot of backing there. And you can see even the parallels with their own characters and Star Wars characters that well, Bungie's been able to make it work so far. Hopefully that delivery carries on when we play the campaign tomorrow. But I don't ever want these type of themed expansions to become a regular thing. But I can't help but just think about a world in which we could blend some stuff. That would be cool to see. A Lord of the Rings collab. Now that, holy shit. That would be good. Hold up. That would be good. A Lord of the Rings collab would absolutely pop. Keep it sci-fi? Calm the fuck down. You can keep it sci-fi and have Lord of the Rings. Hold up. Thematically speaking, what is the #1 dungeon in the game? Warlord's Ruin. Exactly. What I'm saying is there's a way to make these two things work. Blend the fantasy into the sci-fi. Nope, I'm not having Lord of the Rings Ruin by Bungie get lost. Have you seen the Lord of the Rings show? Look, I love the movies. That's Amazon's fault. But what does Lord of the Rings and Star Wars have in common? Great franchises that we grew up on with. Lots of nostalgia. Wonderful universes. And have essentially gone to shit in the past decade. So the point is perfect to merge itself with Destiny. Look, again, we're all sitting there speculating and throwing out our wants and desires. At the end of the day, if this expansion isn't good, none of this matters. We'll never see it happen ever again. This right here could potentially set the stage for maybe other themes, expansions, collaborations. But if this one ain't good, it doesn't even matter. The question is this going to be good? Is this going to bang? You tell us. Well, based on my time playing, I thought the weapons were really, really good. I thought Lawless Frontiers of very good activity. And the like one mission and a half that I played, I thought it was very solid. But let me also bring this up. If you would have shown me Strand back in Lightfall, like if you would have let me play it early and said, hey, here's Strand, and then showed me the weapons, and then showed me the first mission of Lightfall, what would I have said? I would have been like, wow, Lightfall is looking pretty good. You cannot judge a campaign experience without playing the campaign. Because at any moment, you could kill Rohan with literally no explanation. And then talk about the radio mass and the veil like everyone's supposed to know what the fuck it is. If you would have just even played the first couple missions of Lightfall, you would have been like, wow, this is shaping up to be pretty good. It's only about halfway through the campaign where that shit takes a hard right. Is this the Forsaken moment after Curse of Osiris, Edge of Fates? No, I don't think it's the Forsaken moment. To say Forsaken moments, brother, you realize what you're saying. Like, that's the foundation that Forsaken built. That's really what carried Destiny 2. For all those years, all the way into Final Shape, it was Forsaken. The sheer amount of content that we got in the Forsaken era is unmatched. I mean, it was one thing after another, dude. It was, hey, here's a new game mode, Gambit. Boom. Here's one of the greatest raids ever. Boom. Black Armory with another raid. Boom. Forges. Boom. Season of the Gambits. They tried. They really did try. I mean, let's just give it, but they are reckoning. You know what I mean? And then Menagerie. Season of Opulence. But you know where I'm coming from? Kate's dead. Yeah, that was, I mean, yeah, Vicarious Visions. Yeah, Bungie. High Noon was around, I think. And keep in mind, we had a different game back then. Back then, exotics were not, do your season pass, you get an exotic, go do the legendary campaign, here's your exotic. Back then, it was just good luck. And the exotics were so good that when you knew on the other team, if that Titan had a one-eye mess. Why? Because he could quite literally 1v6 your team. And then the other side of things is that was when we had Pinnacles. Bungie had balls then. They were like, listen, you want Luna's How? Got to get that rank up. You want Not Forgotten? You got to max that rank. They don't do that no more. No. Bro, they lost those balls pretty quickly, even with that release. Yes, a year after that release is when they changed up Pinnacles. And they moved it to Rituals. I don't know. Shit was lit when exotics weren't guaranteed. You get something new, and it felt like winning the lottery. That it did, man. That it did. Because you fuckers would always come by in the streams or whatever else and be like, hey, Cross, I just got One-Eye Mask or Wave Splitter or whatever else. And yes, I had to pretend to be happy for you. But that meant something, fellas. It meant something. Because I would be like, damn, brother. I wish I got that. And I'd go back to farming. Anyways, I hope Renegades is going to be good, guys. I think narratively, I think it's going to be pretty strong. I have a lot of faith in Allison and her team. We'll see what shakes out. I hope Dredgen Bell continues to be a good bad guy. We need a good bad guy. And we'll know, man. We'll know. It's Bell, not Bell. That's what I fucking said. It's Bell. What are you saying? That's what I fucking said. Bell. B-A-E-L. There's Dredgen Bell, and then there's ringing a bell. Do you not understand what I'm saying? Will you not understand the words coming out of my mouth right now? Christian Bell. You're saying the same thing? You obviously do not understand. No, I'm not saying the same fucking thing. Oh my God. Kristen Bell. B-L-L. Jingle bells. Dredgen Bell. Do you not fucking hear it? I'm literally sounding it out.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.